Welcome to a very special bonus episode of Storytime at the Rue Bus. I'm your host, Sharla.
And I'm Daniel.
Daniel, there was some news that came out today.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that and unpack it here in just a moment. You probably already know what we're talking about. It's the news about Pretty Lights. But I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. We're going to do a couple of these bonus episodes as we start getting little morsels of news. Of course, we'll do the big lineup episode once that drops. But we're trying to do more content on community things and things that support what we're doing with Totem with the big episodes. But this time of the year, when we have things like this, we can't not talk about it, right?
Yeah, right. We're getting these little appetizers.
Yeah, appetizers. We'll get the whole meal like the second week of January or so. But now we still eating, right?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
when you think the lineup's coming, something like January the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th or something, but we're still getting these appetizers. And what's your favorite appetizer, Daniel?
Oh, man. This may be a popular one for some, but unpopular for others. I'm going to go with those like cheese biscuits that they give you at Red Lobster.
Oh, no. Everyone loves the Red Lobster biscuits, the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits.
You got to get them there, too. I think they sell them like in the frozen food aisle, but that's just not the same.
Oh, you can get the mix for them at some grocery stores.
You can?
Yes.
Are we going to use this whole bonus episode to talk about that?
We can talk about Lobster Fest. This is just a plug for Lobster Fest.
No, they got to be paying me for that. Lobster Fest is in January, though, right? Me and you in Brooklyn have done before.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We can talk about that another time. Maybe we can go get Lobster Fest after the lineup drops.
Yeah, okay.
But anyways, we are here today to talk about this news that the festival has given us, perhaps as a Christmas appetizer, about Pretty Lights. So a lot of us pretty much knew that this was coming. And full disclosure, there was a handful of us that knew pretty much directly that this was going to happen. But this extra bit of news that came out today, I feel is way bigger than some people may realize. And we'll get to that here in just a moment. But first of all, yes, Pretty Lights on the Farm. This was a big tour over the fall. We had buddies like Zach from Boston that went to like a whole bunch of shows. It was like he was chasing the dead around back in the 60s or 70s or whatever. A lot of people did that. So make no mistake, this will sell a good number of tickets because a lot of people will want to see Pretty Lights on a big scale like that. I mean, they had drone shows and all kind of crazy things at the caverns. I can't imagine what they're going to do, like potentially in the what field? We'll get to that in a moment.
Goodness, it's going to be wild. So not only did Festive Owl confirm that Pretty Lights is going to be at Bonnaroo, there was some more information confirmed as well.
Yeah, so Bonnaroo now officially has 4 headliners, apparently.
Right.
Very similar to how something like Lollapalooza does. Years ago, I had seen this mentioned maybe on InfoRoo or Reddit or something today. Ashley Capps, back in the day, the person that is the AC and AC Entertainment, said that Thursday would never have a headliner show, or it would never be on the same level as the other 3 real days, if you want to call it that, of Bonnaroo. But with Live Nation and C3 calling the shots these days, I suppose the times there are changing, because now like Thursday is not just like a junior day or a little brother day or something like that. With Thursday having a full headliner, I think Bonnaroo is now a full 4 days, not like 3.5 days like some people may have considered it in the past. That's a big deal.
Right. It is a big deal for Bonnaroo.
So it's interesting to me that the festival says specifically that Pretty Lights is going to be a headliner. I think there's a couple of unanswered questions, but maybe we can anticipate the answers to that, right?
Well, the unanswered question is, will the what stage be open on Thursday?
Yeah, I don't think personally that you can legitimately call somebody a headliner if they are not playing the main stage. So the fact that, clearly he's very tied in these days and he's calling Pretty Lights and the full band a headliner, that suggests heavily to me that Pretty Lights, the full band, will be on the what stage. We don't know that for certain, but I think it would be a stretch to say that they are a full headliner if they're not.
I'm sorry, back up. Hey,
Yeah.
You said who is tied in?
The festival.
Okay, but you said he is tied in. For the 1000th time,
Yeah.
we don't know that Festive Owl is a man
Oh,
or a woman. Stop saying he.
Okay.
But anyways.
But I met them personally.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop it.
Okay, we have to keep the mystique.
We have to. Daniel and I will forever disagree on that.
Yeah,
but
well.
whatever. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know. Will the what stage be open on Thursday? That has yet to be.
Well, it's a big situation of pros and cons.
It's a mystery.
I think you can absolutely not put a headlining set from Pretty Lights on the Witch stage. That's just completely out of the question. Because, first of all, the sound has never been perfect there. It was a lot better last year, but still not perfect. And also, those like 2 or 3 giant trees that are kind of in the middle of the Witch field?
Yes.
I think that would really get in the way of the crazy visuals and stuff that they do with a Pretty Light show these days.
So I've never seen Pretty Lights. You have. So what about the other?
The other, I think, would be great. And one big reason I think that is because of those big 4 LED pillars that they've been using the past couple of years. I can see the whole crew from Pretty Lights doing something really cool with that. I think that would be amazing. But I don't know if that field would hold as many people as the What field would.
Oh, no.
And if they're going to build this as a headlining set and they're really trying to funnel in a lot of the people that would have otherwise gone to these shows, throughout the summer or to another festival, then you have to open up the What field for the kind of crowd that would probably, draw in. Maybe there's less that you can do with, lighting. You don't have those big LED pillars, but could they potentially have other pillars there? I think that would be really fun. If we're getting a very EDM heavy lineup this year, as some people are suspecting, and kind of like the Owl has alluded to, so let's say perhaps we get Fred again, maybe Fred again, B2B, Skrillex, and somebody else on the What field. Wouldn't it be cool to set up some pillars and stuff like that in the What field that could be utilized for a situation like that too? And again, this is just speculation. I don't know. That's just my guess of one way they could go about it. Let me ask you, for these big EDM shows, would you rather see it at the Other or on the What?
Ooh, that is a great question. For the EDM shows, I think I would rather see it at the Other, but I do know that with the popularity of Pretty Lights, you're going to need the What field because it's going to be if the numbers are anything like they were last year. I mean, it's going to be absolutely packed in there.
Well, that full weekend at the Caverns completely sold out.
Right.
There was far more demand than there was supply for that.
Right.
So I can see there being a giant crowd. I really think that the full Pretty Lights band is kind of on the same trajectory that Odessa was.
Right, exactly.
Odessa was a headliner. They had a full field. I think they may be a little bit further back in the timeline as far as like getting a lot of like more exposure and popularity. Let's be clear, like for a long time, this was kind of like an underground act that was kind of, legendary amongst the Wooks. I don't know how else to put it. And I say that lovingly, I promise. But I think Pretty Lights is starting to be far more mainstream and is getting to the level that Odessa was, let's say, in 2019.
Right.
When they were sub-headliners.
So just to back up, in case anyone hasn't read the tweet from Festival, it says, leak confirmed via multiple sources, Pretty Lights will play Bonnaroo in 2024 as a special Thursday night headliner.
Oh, and we haven't even talked about this other thing.
Yeah, no, we haven't talked about the second part of the tweet. It says Pretty Lights will play 2 sets Thursday plus an additional sunrise show Saturday morning.
So I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to that STS9 thing from last year, or Lane 8 the year before that.
Right, So is that going to be Friday you think that'll be Friday going into Saturday morning?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to ask anybody, like, oh, hey, come get up at 6 a.m. to come see Pretty Lights, No, it's going to start at like 3 a.m. or something like that and go all night long.
No, I meant, what I was asking, you think that'll be Friday going into Saturday, not Saturday going into...
That's a very good question. The way that he phrases that, I would have first assumed that it was Friday going into Saturday. I would prefer that personally because I'm usually starting to crash on Saturday nights. I can't stay up that. I'm an old these days.
You're an old?
Yeah, but like Saturday night, late night shows, like it's harder for me to do because I've already been going for like 3, 4, 5 days at that point. So I personally would prefer.
We know. You are team sleep.
Sometimes, but I would prefer
all
Friday
the time.
to Saturday.
Team sleep, but I will give you grief.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm playing.
Listen, you got to know your own pace. You got to know what you can and can't do.
Third part of the tweet. More to come, but, quote, something unique is in the works for Thursday.
Owl emoji.
So
Yeah.
that could answer the question of the what stage being open or not open.
Yeah.
Ooh, what if it was one of those in the round things?
I really want that so bad. I
That would be
really, really
amazing,
want
but-
that. I mean, if you can do that, if you can have the logistics and the equipment and, everything set up for an in the round for, Pretty Lights, do it for Fred again too.
Okay.
It's going to be legendary.
Okay, can I pause here for a second?
Yeah.
If we're being what is the word? I can't think of the word. If we're being I can't think of the word, but
Yeah, anyway.
unique means
Oh boy, here we go.
here we go.
Charles loves being nitpicky about that particular word.
I love the word unique because unique means absolutely truly one of a kind. So an in the round thing would not apply here.
Yeah, they did it at
Because
Coachella.
it's been done before.
And if they were going to do it in the round, I would be pretty bummed out if they didn't do it for Fred again. Which we don't know if Fred again's going to be there, but it has been.
Pedantic is the word I was thinking about.
Pedantic. Yeah,
If we're
thank
being
you.
pedantic, unique would not apply to an in the round thing, an in the round situation. But
I think in this context, it means you're going to see something from Pretty Lights that you wouldn't see at any other show or festival.
right.
Is my assumption. And I waited a couple of hours to record and publish this because I had put some feelers out there to see if certain people could tell us any more. And unfortunately, I couldn't get anything else. I don't think that they're ready to release any of that just yet. But, thankfully, we've only got 3 weeks until we'll find out the whole lineup and probably details about this as well. I would hope so. But yeah, I think this is a big deal. We already knew that PL was going to be there, but now we know more about it. We get 2 sets. A very special, unique one the first time, and then kind of like the more traditional Bonnaroo Sunrise set the second time. I would guess that one's going to be at the other. There's been some speculation too that maybe one of these sets will be just a DJ set, so just the main dude and not the whole band. I personally think both sets will be the full band because that's just how they roll right now.
I think, and this is my opinion only, it seems like if it was just going to be just a DJ set or just one person or whatever, that would not count as a Pretty Light. They wouldn't be talking about it like this.
Well, when I saw
that would be like a surprise set somewhere.
When I saw them at the Caverns, when they were talking between sets or songs or whatever, it was made very clear the full band is Pretty Lights. It's not just the one dude anymore. Pretty Nice. Yeah,
Hey,
that's my cover band.
Tame Impala is just one guy.
Yeah. Oh god. Have we talked to the disc golf guys? Anyway. But yeah, that's about it. That is the news that dropped today. I think there is a lot more to be gleaned from all this now that we have a full 4 days. So if we have a headliner on Thursday, could that potentially mean that all of Bonnaroo is open on Thursday? Would they be using the Witch stage as well? I think this opens a big can of worms. This implies that it's not just going to be the 2 tents and the other on Thursday. It could possibly mean that this is the full experience on Thursday.
Right.
And I wish I could credit who said this. I saw this a couple hours ago. Somebody was saying that, okay, if we're coming in earlier these days, as soon as Tuesday, doesn't it make sense to have a full Bonnaroo experience starting on Thursday anyways?
Well, yeah.
I would think so. It's worked out pretty well for us in the past couple of years because you get an Outeroo experience the first day or two, just exploring the camps, meeting up with buddies, having a good time, going to try out some of the plazas. And then Thursday, you're kind of wading into the waters going into Bonnaroo. Not everything is open, but you can go check out some bands at the tents and see a EDM show at the other.
Get your merch.
Yeah. Pro tip, get your merch on Thursday before it sells out. But now, I'm reading the tea leaves here, and this seems to imply that we're going to get a full experience on Thursday. Do you think I'm reading too much into it? What do you think?
You could be, but I don't know. I don't know. It's yet to be determined. So
yeah, I think that's a question that needs to be answered. And thankfully, some of the powers that be, Corey and Brad from C3 Live Nation, are going to be on the What podcast here in a couple of weeks, within the next month. And if all goes well, I think we're going to be hosting them as well. So I will leave lineup questions and logistical questions to Barry and Taco, but we'll talk with them more about community stuff. So I'm interested in how this will affect community stuff if we are expanding to 4 full days now. It's getting interesting. I think Bonnaroo is going to evolve a little bit more this coming year, and I think this is great news. Like, if we're there for almost a week, then yeah, 4 full days of Roo makes so much more sense.
Festive Owl did follow up that tweet with another tweet below and said, and to clarify, Pretty Lights is, in capital letters, is a headliner and not just the top line Thursday act.
Yeah. So 4 full headliners. So I wouldn't have thought this a week ago, but now we know 3 headliners, and there's 1 more to go.
Festive Owl says Bonnaroo will have 4 headliners in 2024.
So if you're keeping score at home, that means, from what we know, and this could change because you know how rumor season goes, for now, we heavily suspect that it's going to be Chili Peppers, Post Malone, and Pretty Lights, and 1 more that nobody has gotten to yet.
Well, that's we know Pretty Lights.
Yeah.
The other 2 are heavily suspected.
Yeah.
Nobody knows anything until the poster drops.
Yeah.
Until the lineup actually comes out.
Yeah,
nobody ever truly knows.
If you've really been paying attention, you've noticed that there's been conflicting scoops. So
there's always conflicting scoops.
Yeah. But
my dad works at Nintendo. Like, I don't know how to.
But we'll know for sure before too long. So yeah, let's get through Christmas and New Year's, and then shortly after that, we'll know all this stuff for sure.
Excuse me, my dad owns Bonnaroo.
Really?
He told me that
your dad could hold his own Bonnaroo.
Garth Brooks was playing with headlines.
That's a really funny time for you to say that. But anyway, no, Garth Brooks is not playing. I'm laughing because of something else. There's like 1 person listening to this that will know what I'm talking about. Anyways.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
All right. Merry Christmas, you guys. This was a great early Christmas gift that was bestowed upon us today. I think we're going to have a great time at that show. So we probably won't talk to you guys until after Christmas. The next big episode, I think we have Shayna on, one of our Totem board members, right?
Yes, Shayna Bradley.
So we're trying to put a focus on each of our board members pretty much through. I thought we were going to do them all in a row, but we're just going to kind of sprinkle them. So we'll do some other type of content like every other episode, I think, too.
That'd be good.
Yeah. And if you've listened this far, yes, our lineup episode is always the biggest one of the year. I will be transparent. It gets downloaded far more than any other episode throughout the year. So we're going to try to plan a lot of good content for that. That's probably, again, 3 weeks away. So, yeah, look forward to that. We're already starting to plan that out. Sharla, this was a great bonus episode. Can we eat dinner and watch our shows now?
Yes, we can.
We've been watching Fargo, and I think there's an episode we haven't watched yet.
Yes, Fargo, with
Juno Temple. She's fantastic.
Ted Lasso.
Yeah. Oh, we watched the Christmas special from Hannah Waddingham. Is that how you say her last name?
Yes.
We watched that last night where we were having Christmas dinner with Brooklyn and swapping gifts early. That was just like the most heartwarming thing ever.
That is great.
I love that, yeah. Anyways, do you have any other picks?
Do not.
Yeah, I don't either. Those are 2 good ones.
Oh, do I have picks of the week?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
No, I don't have any
You don't?
picks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, we had a few things there. Okay, we're going to eat dinner. And look, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's.
Get out
Hope-
there and radiate positivity.
Yeah. See you guys soon.